they've told you is a lie.
Remind yourself, yes, this is a hard season, and you feel like you will lose your mind, but you are built to overcome. Remind yourself, son and daughter of Zion, cry if you must, but not for too long. Then rise up, dry your eyes, and remind yourself. I know, my God, I know. No pain cuts as deep as the pain of a parent feeling like you have failed your child. You'd rather die than watch them starve or struggle with their own pain. But know that the depth of your love cannot go deeper than the love of your Creator, and He's got you. Believe that and remind yourself. God's hand is not short. Though it feels like it, you shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. Remind yourself. You've been here before, where you thought you could not make it, but you did. You've been here before, broken, embarrassed, and hopeless. But remind yourself and rise up. God is not like man. He cannot and will not lie. You are written in the palm of His hands, and you shall decree a thing which He is ready to establish. You are more valuable than the sparrows and the lilies. He shall send an army in the darkness to find you if He must. You're safely under His wings. Remind yourself. God's ways are higher than man's, and He is the Red Sea parting God, who uses the foolish things to confound the wise, and guarantees you that the Egyptians you see today, you shall see no more. He guarantees, if you faint not, that by Him you shall run through a troop and leap over a wall. He guarantees beauty for ashes, restoration, and the balm of Gilead. Remind yourself, even as you feel the weight of your head hanging in humiliation and the heaviness of your heart saturated with shame, dare to shake it off. For He has not given you a spirit of fear. It is His will that you be not ashamed. And while He promised that many are the afflictions, gatherings that will come, they're not from Him. Remind yourself. Though all seems lost, seems like it's all slipping away, He restores double for your trouble. If He brought you to it, He can and will take you through it. Trust Him and remind yourself. Slay the facts with the sword of truth. Believe His report and know with faith you have a bankable check of joy coming in the morning. Remind yourself. Your Maker shall contend with those who contend with you. He shall restore the years the locusts and cankerworms have eaten. Remind yourself. Yes, the arm of the flesh, it will fail you. Governments can get it wrong. Your degrees, your money, all of it at this time and in this struggle may not even be an answer. But remind yourself. If He must use a raven, if you faint not, He shall not forsake you. Remind yourself. He shall never leave you Your seed shall not beg bread. Fret not over evildoers, and flinch not at the billowing seas. Look to the hills from whence cometh your help, and remind yourself. You are on his mind. You are fearfully, wonderfully, and intentionally made. He will get the glory from your life. Your weeping will bring joy in the morning. The broken he shall mend, and he's near to the contrite heart. Remind yourself, you're coming out. You're coming out of the fire, and you will not smell like smoke. He will give you beauty for ashes, and by him you will run through a troop and leap over the walls. Remind yourself, in our weakness, he makes us strong. In our blindness, he gives us sight. He is our hope. We must trust him and lean on him to cross safely to the other side of this dark night of our soul. Yes, you may not be able to see tomorrow or next week, but he said today, the concerns of today are sufficient. Trust him and remind yourself. Trust him and remind yourself. Have the faith and sight of God. We saw David. God saw a king. We saw Moses. God saw a deliverer. We saw a man. God saw the savior. You see you in your struggles, but God sees a game changer, overcomer, and conqueror. Remind yourself. Remember whose you are and why you are. He is the Alpha and Omega, the God who was before all, the God who created all. He's got you and the world in his hands. The God from the beginning, the God of the now, the God bruised so you can be healed, the God who died so you can live, the God who became poor so you can have an abundant life. He's got you. Remind yourself and rise up and unleash your roar.